Well, it is a special day for us here on A Better Memphis. We welcome Dr. Roderick Richmond, the Interim Superintendent from Memphis Shelby County Schools, as our special guest today on A Better Memphis. And so welcome.
Thank you, Joe. It's good seeing you again.
It's good to see you. We were just reminiscing of the last time we did an interview together. President Obama was given the commencement address for BTW's graduating class all the way back then.
Yes, sir. It was one of the highlights of my career.
Mine too.
Yeah.
All right. You've had this job since January 21st, and school is now out for the summer. What grade would you give yourself and your team for the work you've done so far?
I would give myself a C. I give myself a C. I think I've done an average job. I think there's always room for improvement.
You're a tough grader.
Well, at this time, I don't want to start to read my own fan mail, Joe. And so I think with some of the challenges that we've had, I want to thank my team. I think my team has done an outstanding job. But with myself, I think there's always room for improvement, and I want to continue to improve so that, again, in the end, Memphis Shelby County Schools will be the #1 urban district in the country.
All right, let me ask you about a little bit of housekeeping that took place this week with the school board. The board unanimously approved that $2.4 million contract with a data company called Power School that manages all the information about MSCS, even though MSCS joined that class action lawsuit against Power School because they had allegedly revealed some data breaches that happened in December 2024, but didn't disclose that that had happened until January 2025. Why sign another one-year deal with a company you're suing?
Yeah, well, at this point in time, Power School is important to our district. We've been using Power School, I want to say, for almost a decade. So at this time, we thought it would be difficult for us to try to train up staff, to even educate parents about a new student information system. We use that particular student information system to register our students, to look at attendance. As you know, attendance feeds into what's called EIS. That's how we're funded. And so at this time, we thought it was just best for continuity to remain with Power School.
Very good. All right. 1 month ago today, you released a 100-day plan.
Yes, sir.
To transform MSCS. And I know the part of the plan that's closest to your heart, I would suspect, is to see proficiency in math and literacy increase by 5 to 10% a year.
Yes, sir.
Can you take us inside just very quickly, some of your thoughts? Take us under the hood on the mechanics on how we might accomplish that.
Yeah, well, one thing is we have milestones that's set by the State Department. The State Department under TISA has said that by 2030, we're to be at 50% proficient. And so the only way we get there in 2025 is to show 5 to 10% increment gains each and every year. How do we get there? One way is to have effective teachers in every single classroom. So we're focused on ensuring that we're recruiting the most highly effective teachers as well as leaders in our schools to ensure that we're putting high-performing teachers in front of our students, because we know the #1 determinant when it comes to student success is having that highly effective teacher. So for starters, a highly effective teacher and a highly effective leader in each and every one of our buildings.
All right. Well, I know one of the secrets to getting those great teachers is to hire great principals, because they're going to qualify.
Yes, sir.
And get those great teachers, and the teachers that make a difference, who love the kids and want to see them succeed and get to the level of success that we all want our kids to make. And so how are you addressing this never-ending challenge of finding those principals?
One way is to have a principal pipeline. So what we're doing is we're trying to partner with different groups. We partner with new leaders for new schools, but also we're looking at now developing our own principal leaders. And one way of doing that is having what we're going to call our regional superintendents and our principal coaches. We'll have principal coaches this year, and their responsibility will be coaching our principals to effectiveness. And if we're able to coach our principals to effectiveness, those assistant principals that they're working with, hopefully they'll be also coaching those individuals into effectiveness. And that starts with having strong and competent people who are providing professional development for our teachers as well as our leaders, which are our principals. So to ensure our professional development is giving us a ROI, a return on investment, where we're bringing people in to help us with PD. As we hire our principal coaches, we want the most effective people in those roles as well.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yes, sir, it does.
It certainly does. All right. You mentioned absenteeism
Yes, sir.
a second ago. How big a problem is that, and what is the intervention we need to take to fix it?
We know in order for students to do well in school, they must be at school each and every day. And so that starts with ensuring that we're communicating to parents that students, first of all, need to be registered and prepared for school day one. So we want to ensure that we're doing that. If and when students have things that require them to be out, we want to ensure that parents are letting us know why are your son or daughter, why are they out of school? And so if it's a health condition, do we need to put a health plan in place? Do we need to address some of those health conditions to ensure that they're at school each and every day? If it's something around houselessness, do we need to help those parents to find stable housing? As you showed earlier, you were talking about the hospitality hub. We know in our communities that houselessness along with stabilized housing is an issue in our communities. So we want to help those parents and students to have the resources that they need so that they can be at school each and every day. So I think it starts with, again, reaching out to those parents, reaching out to those students, and being connected in a way that we know what's going on here to prevent your son or daughter from being at school each and every day. And we as a school district providing those wraparound services and supports to ensure that they're there.
Well, that sounds good. All right, we're going to talk some more, and I'm going to brag on two graduates of Memphis Shelby County Schools who happen to be related to me, my sons.
Okay, all right.